For 30 days, I read a book every single day. So what did I learn? What lessons? How much invaluable information did I consume? Well, honestly, that was a year and a half ago. I listened to one Audible book every single day for 30 days for a challenge because I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I had some free time in my business. I wanted to prioritize growth and understand it. I don't actually remember a single book that I read. I don't remember a single lesson unless it's now subconscious and I'm acting upon it. I don't remember any of it. Compare that to how I study now. I will read one book over and over and over and over again, or I will listen to one podcast 3 or 4 times, and I will be hypercritical and to understand the concepts to where I can take action. Because I used to think that it was a flex to say that I was reading a book a day. I was proud of myself for doing that. Reading a book does not get you the result. The results that I wanted was to make more money in my business, to learn how to scale my business better, to just do better. The results of reading a book every single day did not get me there. What got me there were doing the actions that were required, which is usually what's necessary. And so right now, I've actually been rereading the same chapter of one book for the past few weeks because it is highly actionable to a problem that I have in business right now. We have a social media marketing company doing all the organic media for very large businesses. And recently, within the past year, started doing all the back-end funnels for them to convert those views into customers. So for the past few weeks, I've been listening to 3 to 5 hours of really high-level funnel podcasts or books to really get better at converting that traffic into customers. Because you could either take on more customers, which we could do, we could take on 10 more clients, or we could make 10 times more for our current clients and then make more money that way. And I always want to prioritize having fewer clients and making more for them. I know that we could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars per client per month if we were better at getting views and better at converting those views into traffic for them. Period. Hands down, if we were better at that, we would make more money per client. And so there's one book that I'm reading from Jason Fladman, who's this guy that's the webinar goat. He's consulting and doing a lot of the webinar for Alex Hormozi. If you know that he's having a big webinar launch, he did the last webinar for Iman Ghazi. He's doing the next webinar for him. He does massive 8 and 9 figure webinars. This guy is the webinar goat. I used to think it was Russell Brunson. Sorry, this guy has overtaken him. And he has one chapter in the book about how to structure the perfect webinar and a lot of the tactics that are necessary. And so right now we are in the process of writing and planning webinars for a few of our clients. I would rather focus on having that webinar make so much ridiculous amounts of money compared to just trying to listen to more books and get the book done faster. The thing when I was reading a book a day for 30 days, I was just trying to finish the book. For me, progress was the completion of the book and not the understanding of the material in it. When now, if I'm studying something, I don't care how long it takes me to do something. I just want to understand it and take action because you're not actually learning if you're not changing your behavior. I really am focused on behavioral changes that I can make, which are sometimes very slim. I still consume a ton of highly educational stuff, looking for one nigbit of information that I can use to hopefully propel the business forward. And maybe one idea, maybe one VSL, which is a video sales letter that we could implement for our clients, or one funnel. When I hear it, then I will just study that for 24 hours on end and try and figure out how we can implement that. Make more bottom line and make more money for our clients, which makes more money for us. Whereas I used to, and I think a lot of people get in this trap of chasing progress that doesn't move the needle because it feels sexy. It feels good to make progress. And it's easy to say that you are doing well and you're doing things that are good for you. You're working out, you're eating healthy, you're reading books. But if you're not really changing your behavior and you're not going towards the end result that you want, there's not a lot that's actually changing. You're just changing what you're consuming. Instead of consuming Instagram, you're consuming books, which I would agree that is substantially better to do. I don't really care about that though. I honestly care about growing the business and making more money. If I'm honest with myself, then I also have to say, by doing these things, do I get the results that I wanted? And the answer is unequivocally no, it doesn't. I actually spent 8 months just listening to podcasts and reading books when I was first trying to get into business, but I did that instead of starting a business because I was trying to learn as much as possible when I would have learned more by doing and failing. This has happened from every single period of time. If I just make decisions faster and act upon them and do the things, I learn the material way faster, substantially faster than if I read 10 books on the subject, because you learn by doing, not by consuming passively. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people need to hear that because I know that I was stuck in that camp for so long and I still catch myself doing that in the analysis of the paralysis by trying to perfect something. When you're never going to perfect something your first time, do it as quickly as possible and fail forward as fast as I can. And then usually that ends up getting substantially better at the material much quicker.